Dear Ned, remember Sally McDonald, the woman who took those photos that Dad has up in his office? Well, she just bought a house in Moon Lake, Pennsylvania. A gangster named Mickey Malone built it back in the 20s as his country getaway. We're talking major fixer-upper. Anyway, last night Sally called and she said she desperately needed my detective skills. She refused to say why over the phone. Naturally, I said I'd drive to Moon Lake immediately. But weird things started happening the moment I pulled up. First, this big tree fell down behind my car and has me totally blocked in. And then I discovered that Sally's gone. She left a note that suggested something terrible happens here at night. She's supposed to call me from her car. So here I sit, writing to you while I wait for the phone to ring. It's nighttime, and although part of me is dying to know what frightened Sally away, another part of me is starting to feel a little uneasy. I'll let you know what happens. Ever yours, Nancy.
So I just want to know, where does Nancy keep her Polaroid camera? She sends these with her letter, right? Well, where's the Polaroid camera? This is one of my favorites. I'm gonna do it. I am gonna die in the first 10 seconds, but I absolutely love this one.
Rotten floorboards. Watch your...
It's my favorite way to die. I don't know why, but it's like, why would you put the post-it note on that side? Alright, I had to do it. Had to do it. I loved it too much. Let's see. Oh, look, the phone rings.
Hello?
Nancy, hi, it's Sally. We have to talk fast because I'm in my car and my cell phone's running low, so we might get cut off. But did you see my note?
Yes, are you all right?
No, I feel awful bailing on you like that. You must think I'm such a flake.
I'm just worried about you. What's wrong?
I couldn't stand the thought of spending another night there. I knew you were on your way, but it didn't help. I just got too scared.
What's to be scared of? It's so peaceful and quiet here.
Just wait until it gets dark. Then you'll see. What am I saying? Nancy, you shouldn't be there by yourself either. Why don't you just go get in your car and go home? Or drive to Philadelphia. My aunt's got plenty of room.
One of your trees seems to have other plans for me.
What do you mean?
A tree fell down behind my car just as I was driving up to the house. I'm blocked in.
Oh, the dead maple beside the driveway. Oh, they told me it was in danger of falling over when I had the place inspected. I just never got around to doing anything about it. Listen, call M's Emporium. That's a store on the lake. Emily knows everybody. She'll know who to call if she decides to answer her phone.
It's late. Won't the store be closed?
Where's my brain? Okay, look. I just bought a little outboard motorboat. I haven't used it yet, but the guy who put it in for me said it should run just fine. It's tied up at the dock out front. Just get in it and go. Go anywhere. Just get away from the house.
I can't just take off in your boat. It's pitch black outside.
Then listen to me. Go around the house and lock all the doors and windows. Do that right now.
There aren't any locks on the doors and windows. What are you so afraid of?
The dogs! Those dogs! Out of nowhere. They're outside howling and snarling. Teeth and claws. Horrible.
Dogs? Hello? Did you say dogs? Hello?
That's the intro we get. Absolutely love it. Check out Squeaking Mice, question mark.
What is that?
I love a good cabin too. See, it's just beautiful. Curious.
Something's out there.
Now look what you've done. That was a Strixvaria. At least I think it was. Never know for sure now, will I?
I'm sorry, but you startled me. What are you doing out here?
Birds. I'm trying to look for birds. What are you doing out here?
I'm Nancy Drew. I'm staying in this house, and I heard a lot of
I
weird
know my
noises,
property.
so I came out here
It's
to
not even
investigate.
mine.
That was me, Miss Nancy Drew, calling in birds. And doing a pretty good job of it, too, till you showed up. Where'd you come from, anyway?
I drove in today from River Heights to visit my friend Sally McDonald.
Now, why would you want to do a thing like that? The Malone house is no place for one young woman, let alone two.
You've met Sally?
I talked to her a couple of times. But you know, the last time I saw her, she wasn't doing so good. She acted real anxious, scared.
Did she say what was wrong?
The dogs. The dogs of Mickey Malone. Legend goes that when Malone was finally arrested and hauled away, his 4 dogs went running off into the woods and were never seen again. People would just hear them, howling like their hearts were broken every night until one by one, they all died and went silent. But every time someone tries living in the Malone house, back they come.
What do the dogs do?
Every night, ever since she moved in, you could hear them howling. And some nights the dogs would appear outside the house, running around, snarling and barking and throwing themselves at the doors and windows. And then they'd be gone. They're buried in the cemetery just beyond the house, you know. Them and Malone both.
Did they ever attack Sally?
She never gave them the chance. After the first attack, she stopped going out at night. Just locked the doors when it got dark and sat tight until morning.
Why haven't the police investigated?
This isn't New York City, Miss Nancy Drew. All they got around here is one officious little park ranger. And all Jeff Akers does is sit around all day trying to figure out how he can get himself transferred out of here to a bigger park.
Are you a native of Moon Lake?
I just come to Moon Lake in the spring to look for birds. Got an observation platform just up the path, kinda my base camp, and I've got a little outboard down there on the lake. Left my car at the big dock up lake. Don't really need it.
Are those the ghost dogs?
Yes, ma'am. Which is why I think it would be a good idea if I went my merry way and you got yourself back inside that house. Good luck, Miss Nancy Drew.
So I'm curious. I've always gone back in the house here, but what if I didn't?
It's not safe to take the boat out at night.
Well, I wouldn't do that. Nancy's right about that.
A face only a gnome could love.
Nancy. Gotta get you better jokes, girl. Yeah, some good old poison for the lungs.
Oh, the key broke off. It's locked. There's got to be another way to get this open. I gotta have some torque.
Good vocab word. Not gonna lie. Got nothing for torque though right now.
I'd better wait until daylight.
I went into the woods at night. That might not be smart, actually.
Better be careful.
Huh. Always wondered what would happen, and now I know. Because, right, the game tries to coach you into doing certain things, and I should have drawn myself a map.
Those look too rotten.
But that one doesn't? Can I visit him at his thing?
This must be Red's observation platform.
Yes, you can, except he's not there. Which makes you wonder, where's he go when these attacks happen at night? Suspicious.
This is not good.
Dude, go to sleep. Get dead tree cut down. Well, it's down. I love how she has sticky notes everywhere. Like, how is the humidity not get this? Get well water tested. That's what I need to draw in here. That's what this needed. The interesting part is the map starts to become second nature after a while. Oh, look, there was a note. Nancy, I'm really, really sorry, but I just can't face another night here. I'm going to my aunt's. Yep, she told us, right? She gave us her Sal, and she wants us not to hate her. Look, rubber glove. I just love taking everything in a house. Just grabbing every random thing I can find, right? What do we got? Inside, we've got cuckoo clock, the dogs. Okay. What else we got? We've got
It's stuck. I need some sandpaper.
some dog-looking statues. That's all we got so far, right?
The moon's so bright, I won't need my flashlight.
Well, isn't that great? And the dogs are gone. Well, we got a bunch of things to do in the morning, so it's probably time to go to bed. I love how the music changes. She said call the stores. Let's do that actually first. Or let's call our friends and update them about what's going on in our amazing life. life of a detective.
Nancy, how's it going?
Hey, Bess. How'd you know it was me?
Telepathy, of course. Just another of my many talents. You are so full of it. She got caller ID, Nancy. So now, instead of hanging up on the geeks that always call her, she just doesn't answer the phone. Very funny. So what's up?
Believe it or not, on some nights, this house gets attacked by a pack of dogs. Sally's so scared of them, she left me here by myself.
Did you say dogs? She couldn't have, George. Dogs don't attack houses.
They were definitely dogs. They came out of nowhere and started leaping at the windows and scratching at the doors like they wanted to get in.
Maybe that was just their way of being friendly.
These dogs were not friendly, believe me, and they had glowing yellow eyes. A birdwatcher I ran into said they were ghosts.
Ghosts?
The man who built Sally's place on Moon Lake was a gangster. The birdwatcher said that the ghosts of his dogs show up every time someone new tries to live here.
The place is haunted by ghost dogs? Like there's such a thing as ghosts.
You have to
But it
feed
does sound like
them.
you've got another mystery on your
I
hands,
don't have to clean
Detective
up after
Drew.
them.
Bye, you guys.
Don't be a stranger. Take care.
Eh. Next time a kid tells me they want a pet, I'm just gonna say we're gonna get a ghost pet. So much fun.
The boat's full of water. I need to bail out the boat.
We need to find a bucket.
Looks like paw prints.
Why is there water in the boat? Is this thing gonna sink? I don't think that's ever happened. Found my torque.
I gotta have some torque.
Look at her locks anyway. I hammered some nails, a gas mask, and that's all I get.
The spark plug is missing.
Well, that creates a problem. So let's see. I'll take that. Our handy. I have no idea what this device is supposed to be. There we go. Aw, Snooky died. These are very interesting names, I'm just saying. Stench. Okay. Marbles. We're so sorry to have lost you. Well then. Information about the dogs. I wonder if the dogs are like really buried here, or if they really ran off and people just left, I think, them.
These look like dog tracks.
It's sad. I feel like I kind of remember my way for the most part. I felt like, yeah. Good way. Not bad, not bad. Oh, we got some wood. Fix those floorboards for her. I think I have to find a certain amount of boards if I remember right. So let's see. Did she leave the number for the Emporium? So how do we... Need sandpaper. We can't go in the... Oh, I like how Nancy added some notes. That helps a lot. I see why I didn't write down the map. I can just access it. Maybe I'm supposed to call Sally back and tell her, like, I can't get there because of the boat.
Hello?
Hey, Sally, it's Nancy.
Nancy, did you see them? Did you see the dogs?
Yes, I did, and I can understand why you left. They were pretty frightening. But if it's okay with you, I'd really like to stay and get to the bottom of whatever's going on. That's why you asked me here in the first place, right?
Yes, but Nancy, are you sure?
Positive. Consider Detective Drew officially on the case.
I wish I were even half the trooper you are, Nancy. I have such high hopes for that house. All the beauty there, the wildlife, all the pictures I was going to take. It would break my heart to have to give it up.
I need you to tell me everything you can about those dogs.
They're black and they have yellow glowing eyes and they don't like me one bit.
When's the first time you saw them?
Well, let's see. I heard them the very first night I was here. I heard them almost every night howling in the distance, but I didn't actually see them until I'd been here about a week. After that, they started appearing pretty much every other night.
When they appeared, did they always do the same thing?
Yes, come to think of it. They always came running up to the house, barking and snarling. They'd lunge at the windows, they'd jump up on the door, they'd run around and bark some more, then they'd run off. What are you getting at?
These attacks seem to involve a lot of choreography, which reinforces my theory that you're not being randomly attacked by a pack of wild dogs, but by dogs who've been trained by someone determined to scare you out of your house at Moon Lake.
Who would want to do that? My closest neighbor lives 2 miles away. My property is surrounded by the state park, but it's off-season, so hardly anybody is in the park. In fact, I bet I talked to a total of 3 people the whole 4 weeks I was at Moon Lake.
What about River Heights? Can you think of anyone there who'd want you to sell your house at Moon Lake and move back to River Heights?
You mean like an angry ex-boyfriend or something? Nope, I sure can't.
Who are the 3 people you've met so far at Moon Lake?
Let's see, the park ranger, I forget his name, kind of a pain in the neck. Emily Griffin, she's the one who owns that store I told you about. And I ran into this bird watcher a couple of times. Had a funny name.
Red Knot. I've run into him too.
Other than people people I may have nodded hello to while getting gas or something, I swear those are the only people I've talked to at Moon Lake.
Since I'm going to be staying here a while, is there anything I should know about the place?
Well, let's see. I've got the water turned off because it's well water and it needs to be tested before I can use it for anything. In fact, if you could get that testing done for me, I'd really appreciate it. Oh, and watch where you walk in the living room. Some of the floorboards are so rotten you could fall right through. And I keep hearing these faint squeaks and rustling type noises coming from below the floor. I hope you're not scared of mice.
Your outboard motorboat is missing a spark plug. Is there one around here by any chance?
I wouldn't know a spark plug if I swallowed one whole. But you need that boat, Nancy. Right now, it's your lifeline. You can't use your car, and believe me, you can't walk anywhere because all the paths around the house end in this thick, horrible brush. You've got to get it fixed. Wait a minute. The bird watcher, he's got a boat. Maybe you could borrow his spark plug or something. Go down the path that's to the right as you look out toward the lake from the house, and you'll eventually see his observation platform. Try him at night. He never seems to be around during the day.
How do I go about getting your water tested?
Try the ranger station on the east side of the lake. I've been told you can get some kind of kit there.
Who did you say I should call about getting rid of that tree?
Emily Griffin. She doesn't bother answering her phone sometimes, so don't call her. Go see her. Her store's on the west side of the lake. And brace yourself, M's Emporium is something else.
I'm curious. Why did you characterize the park ranger as a pain in the neck?
I left part of a ham sandwich on a picnic table once. Big mistake. From the way he carried on, you'd think I just made the FBI's 10 most wanted list. I don't think he likes me. Emily says it's because I wrecked his dream of becoming super ranger or something when I bought the Malone house instead of the parks department. Me, I think he just basically has a problem relating to people unless they're asking questions or breaking the law.
Are you aware that you're the proud owner of your very own cemetery?
Yes. When the realtor told me there was a cemetery on the property, I went, ugh. But when I saw how far from the house it was and how small it was, I decided I could live with it, as it were.
I don't know. I don't know if I could buy a house with a cemetery on the property, knowing it. I've lived somewhere, and there was definitely a pet cemetery like on the corner, like of the backyard, which was pretty big. I don't know.
Do you know if Malone is really buried there?
The realtor said the cemetery was just a sham, that there's nothing under those tombstones but dirt. But he may have just been saying that so I'd buy the place. The only way to know for sure whether or not Malone is there is to start digging, and I'm certainly not going to do that.
That's
Where'd
illegal.
all that stuff in your tool shed come
Most
from?
places.
It's just junk left behind by previous owners. Came with the house. I've been meaning to take inventory and start pitching stuff, but I didn't. If they ever make procrastination a crime, I'm done for.
Talk to you later.
Bye.
Kevin. Let's go find Red Knot. Makes sense. We only see him at night. Let's see if there's anywhere else to explore. I wonder if now that I have the mask, I can get this out of the shed. I'm assuming not. I don't think I can take any of that wood. Got everything from there. That's that way. Where's Nancy's car? Like, I see the thing, but that's it. Nancy, do you even have a car? Let's go find Red Knot.
Leaves that appear on a fresh spring tree make my birth different from the other three. When swans drift by on shimmering blue, I'm the one who plays in the summer dew. When autumn's call brings out the deer, it is I who howls on mornings clear. And when winter comes and birds take flight, look to me to sleep through the long gray night.
Okay then.
Well, it's Miss Nancy Drew.
Does that mean you'd like me to call you Mr. Red Knot?
All right then. Hello, Nancy. Now put a muffler on it, would ya? I just heard a cerulean warbler.
Really? Are they rare?
Something tells me they're gonna be with you around. You didn't come up here to chit-chat, did you?
Bird people.
Do you know much about outboard motors?
Sure do. Only type of motorized vehicle that's allowed on Moon Lake. Heck, if it were up to me, I'd ban them too. Have everybody get around by canoe. Nothing like the threat of physical activity to keep tourists away.
Hold on, guys. There's something like popping up on my screen. There we go.
You're not exactly a people person, are you?
I came to see birds, not people. The more people there are in a forest, the fewer birds there are. It's a fact of life. Reason I like to come here is because nobody else does. It's perfect. Not a decent grocery store, restaurant, or motel for miles.
You don't happen to have any spare spark plugs lying around, do you?
What's a pretty young lady like you know about spark plugs?
Enough to know that the engine on Sally's boat is missing one, and that I'm going to be stuck here unless and until I replace it.
I might be able to help you out. After all, I was a Boy Scout. Be prepared.
But I don't want to leave you unprepared.
Well, just so happens I've got 2 spark plugs right here in my pocket. Question is, if I give you one, what do I get for it? I don't need cash, but maybe you could take a few pictures for me. Know how to use a digital camera?
Sure. What would you like me to take pictures of?
Birds, of course. There's a couple of birds I'm supposed to take pictures of for PEPSOB. That's People for the Preservation and Study of Birds. You can recognize them by their songs, which are on this tape, which you can play on my cassette player, which you're gonna have to get from M's Emporium as soon as you get your boat fixed. Think you can handle that?
I know I can.
Here's everything you'll need. M's Emporium is up lake on the west side. Not that I'm trying to get you out of my hair or anything, but try not to come pestering me till you're done, okay? One more thing. You smoke?
Only when I'm on fire.
Oh, you're a spunky one, aren't you? Well, these woods may not look it, but they're tinder dry. One lit match, and the best bird habitat on the East Coast will go up in smoke. So watch what you do. 'Cause if anything like that happens, I won't be looking for birds anymore, I'll be looking for you. Watch yourself out there.
At least you know he cares. Okay, we want to go at M's Emporium. So this is one of the first ones that we haven't seen, right? The pocket watch. We just have daytime and nighttime. Look how beautiful this is. Okay. Spark plug goes there. And now I do remember one thing, and that's if we don't do this right, we will blow up. So it's positive, neutral, negative, positive. But I don't know if this is upside down. Guess we'll find out. Is that positive?
I gotta have some torque.
Yeah, where's that screwdriver? Neutral. I'm hoping. Negative. Positive? We'll find out. I feel like the fact that Nancy didn't say anything makes me think that we didn't do it right. Oh my god. How do I make it go? Okay. I said we're good? Good?
Hey there! Welcome to M's Emporium. I'm Emily Griffin.
My name's Nancy Drew. I'm staying out at the old Malone place. You know, the house Sally McDonald bought?
Now, what's she doing inviting guests out to that old dump?
She's got a little problem she's hoping I can solve. But right now, I need a chainsaw.
A chainsaw?
A tree fell down in the driveway behind my car, and now I'm blocked in.
I'll get Tucker Davis to take care of it. Gotta warn you, though. Tucker tends to do things in his own sweet time. So how come Sally ain't with you?
She thinks the Malone place is haunted, and after last night, I can see why.
I told her. I said, Sally, that old house is gonna be nothing but trouble. And sure enough, Malone's hounds have come back. Just when we all thought they were finally resting in peace.
When was the last time they appeared?
Seems like they show up every time somebody buys the place. So the last time would have been 10, 15 years ago.
What can you tell me about Red Knot?
The bird watcher. Comes in every so often to stock up on that weirdo food he eats. You know how them tree hugger types are.
Has he been in the area long?
About as long as those pink-billed warblers and purple-eyed owls he's always chasing have been around. Couple of months, I guess.
Mr. Knott did me a favor, and in return he asked me to pick up a cassette player from you.
Oh, yeah. I got it right here. Thought maybe the old coot had forgotten he left it here. What else can I do you for?
I need to get the water from Sally's well tested. How would I go about doing that? Do you know?
Just get a water testing kit from the ranger station and follow the directions.
Where's the ranger station?
Just up lake from Sally's on the east side.
I need to buy something.
You want it? I got it. Long as you pay cash, that is.
That's just it. I'm running kind of low on cash. Would it be possible to start a line of credit?
My daddy always said, neither a borrower nor a lender be. But I'll tell you what, seeing as how you're a friend of Sally's and seeing as how I got some things around here that could use doing, I guess we could work something out. What is it you need?
Do you sell sandpaper by any chance?
I do, but Mr. Birdbrain was in last week and cleaned me out. Said he was tired of that observation platform of his giving him splinters in his hinter regions.
I've disturbed him enough already. Would anyone else around here have some?
He's your only hope, but you better ask him for it quick. That deck of his is pretty big, and those squares I sold him are pretty small.
Thank you.
Guess I'll see you later.
I guess you will.
Ew!
Gotta love bait. I love how it's a cup of dirt. The worms in it. I don't remember it ever being sold like that, but then again, I'm not normally a fisherman. Okay, next up, Ranger Station.
Hello, can I help you?
Hi, my name's Nancy Drew. I'm visiting Sally McDonald. Are you the park ranger?
Park Ranger Jeff Akers, at your service. Let's see, Sally McDonald is the woman who bought the old Malone place.
That's her. Unfortunately, she seems to have developed a problem of the canine kind.
Don't tell me she believes all that ghost dog stuff.
So you know the legend?
I know almost everything about this area. Not only have I lived here all my life, but you're standing in the unofficial Moon Lake Museum of Factual and Natural History. I'm its equally unofficial curator.
Would you mind mailing this letter for me?
Not at all.
Do you have something I could use to test the well water at Sally's?
Sure do. Simple to use, too. Just pump some water into this vial, return the sample to me, I'll send it off, and in a day or two, you'll find out whether or not your water's fit to drink.
See, I always wanted to be a park ranger at one point. So I know he's so unhappy and he wants to get a park, but I'd be happy.
Do wells go bad very often?
Depends on when they were dug. The older they are, the more susceptible to contamination they are.
Would it be okay if I looked around?
Please do. And if you have any questions, any more questions, just ask.
Thanks for all your help.
Always a pleasure. Oh, and one last thing. The deer mouse population has boomed this year, so please take precautions if you're cleaning out any area where they may have nested. They can carry some nasty diseases.
Thanks for the tip, Ranger Akers.
Good to know. Telling how old the tree is based on how many rings. You can also tell things like, yep, like if there was a fire, drought, things like that, which I always found really cool. Because the only way to check it is to chop the tree down. Got some pictures. Oh, look at these people. They're happy. Logging company. School. Town. Fishing contest. I don't know if Nancy needs this information because we're testing well water, but it's good to have it. Priming the prompt. Simply pour drinkable water into the top. The water flows from the spout. Okay. You will definitely need to do that. I wonder. Miss Settlers.
probably shouldn't mess around with this without Ranger Acres' permission.
Yet we take things without permission, Nancy. Make up your mind. Can't have it both ways. Fishing regulations, which probably gonna need later, but right now. Never sweep an area. Wear respiratory mask and rubber gloves. Yep. Thoroughly wet down the area with bleach and water solution. 9 parts water, 1 parts bleach. Remove dirt from the area with a damp towel. Definitely gonna need that at some point. You see a lot of fire prevention, so you know that's always a good sign. Lyme disease. Hopefully Nancy's putting on her nice bug spray every day, checking herself. Especially for those things. So we've met all the people. Does anyone have a speculation of who they think it might be?
American goldfinch.
Do you think it's the Birdman?
Northern cardinal. Red-tailed hawk.
Want to make a prediction and set for the longest time?
Western tanager.
We need to go over here for a little water. Where's that bucket? Okay. And we need to pour water down it, right? Drinkable water. Get it all primed. Red knot. REDKNOTT. Red knot.
I don't need water right now.
Let's just pour it out. Why not? Waste. I mean, I guess if it's going back down where it's gonna get collected again, then it's technically fine, right? How do you filter well water? Okay, let's get this back to what's his name? This one.
You're back.
I have that water sample. What do I do with it?
Just give it to me, and I'll take care of it.
Just water sample.
What do you know about the cemetery behind the Malone house?
People are buried there. Beyond that, what's to know?
Is Malone buried there?
That's the rumor.
The inscription on one of the tombstones reads Waldo Matthias. Does that name ring any bells?
Not in my steeple.
What's your take on all this ghost dog stuff?
Whatever's out there, I'm sure they're no more and no less than exactly what they look and sound like. Dogs. Living, breathing, very noisy, Dogs.
Why do you think dogs would attack Sally's house?
Dogs can be trained to do almost anything.
Any idea what would make a dog's eyes glow yellow?
Something in their diet, maybe? Some oddball vitamin or protein.
Thanks for all your help.
He
Not a
seems to
problem.
know a lot, but yeah. So Poppy. Aww. Okay, distracted. But he seems to know a lot, but it's also his job to know a lot, right? I don't know. Let's see. You gonna vote, see? You're the one who thinks it's red knot. Let's see.
No birds here.
You got one of them.
Tweet, tweet!
Nancy. Don't think you're gonna have luck if you're going around saying tweet, tweet, girl. Thank you for the follow, Galaxy Cat Boy. Much appreciated. And welcome to the stream. We're taking pictures of birds for Red Knot. You may or may not believe to
Here,
be
birdie, birdie, birdie.
our bad guy, but apparently Nancy doesn't know that saying birdie, birdie, birdie probably not going to help her. Oh, no worries. I appreciate you swinging by, though. And always feel free to come back. What do you do for work? If you don't mind me asking. Hopefully this makes you feel like you're getting out of the office.
Darn, it flew away.
This I remember being the tedious part, but like I love it. It's just so, it's peaceful, relaxing.
Darn, it flew away.
That one does not like me. Oh wait. I like turned myself around. I feel like I saw something in here. Like a wooden plank or something. The first time. But I wasn't like looking for it. Maybe not. Back to taking pictures.
I must have scared it.
Nancy. Every time with that one. I think I keep clicking the same directions. I do.
Missed it. Darn, it flew away.
I want to say there was like a trick to getting the other ones. Like a thing of like, you had to know it. Or like trigger it somehow. Here's my map. Oh, Nancy even wrote down where she's seen some of these birds. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So she's writing down where she sees 5 of the birds. Good to know. If I'm looking at the fallen tree, I'm gonna make a left to get out of here. Yes, I was looking at it backwards. There we go. Pen. Why do I have a pen? Not where I put it, but I'll take it. I mean, it's not the greatest floorboards, right? But it works. Now I can get over here without there being a problem. We need sandpaper, and we have to ask the guy for that. We gotta weigh on our samples, so nighttime it is. We haven't seen the ghost dogs, so maybe they're gone again. This guy's gonna hate us so bad.
You find all the birds?
I found some birds, but no matter how quiet I am, I've been scaring other birds away before I can take their picture. What am I doing wrong?
You're wearing those clothes. That's what you're doing wrong. You need to blend in, like me. Go back over to M's tacky tourist trap and get yourself some camouflage gear. Only sensible thing that money grubber carries.
I'm sorry to keep bugging you, but I need some sandpaper. Emily said you might have some.
Here, take it and scram. I was just about to call in a meadowlark. That was always Ruth's favorite.
Was Ruth your wife?
Good heavens, no. My wife had no patience for birding. Ruth was my dog. Border collie. She'd hear a meadowlark, and by golly, her ears would perk, and she'd cock her head, and she'd just come as close to smiling as ever a dog could.
Do many people around here own dogs?
Not really. Most people don't bother. The place is surrounded by park land, and Ranger Acres just loves enforcing the leash laws. There it is again. Take your sandpaper and go sand something, okay?
Okay. Guess I'll go sand something.
It's stuck.
Well, that's the sandpaper. Okay. So looking at my notes and looking what we know so far, we know that these dogs face different directions based on when they were born and other things. So this dog should be that direction. Iggy should be forward. Lucy should be to the right. And Xander should be west. So left. No. Yes, back. Let's see what we got. Picture that we can't see in the dark. And the basement. Very important. There's some squeaking. A hidden panel of some type.
It could be mice making that sound. It looks like a tiny hole.
So I'm gonna be looking for a key.
William Akers? I wonder if he's related to Jeff Akers.
It's the general gist I'm getting. Maybe his attorney? We'll see. There we go. Let's see what we got. And that was gathered from the poem and their birthdays that we saw out back. Now we need AM. Because we need stuff from M's Emporium. And we can question Acres. But let's start with M's Emporium.
Howdy, Nancy.
Does the name Waldo Matthias mean anything to you?
Can't say as it does.
These so-called ghost dogs left very real paw prints. I saw some near the cemetery that's by the Malone house. Have you ever been there?
Can't say as I have. Poking around cemeteries ain't exactly a hobby with me.
To make a long story short, I need some camouflage gear.
Got some right over here. One size fits all. But I'm running kind of low on bait. So if you go out and get me, say a dozen little critters, I'll give you the camos.
You got a deal. So, what kind of bait do you need?
Worms, spiders, beetles, grubs. Anything that wriggles on its belly'll do. Just look under stuff. Rocks, logs, dead leaves. Should be able to find 12 in no time.
Do I need some kind of permit?
Things ain't quite that bad around here. Least not yet. Now, if Jeff Akers' daddy was still around, you might get arrested for cruelty to animals or some such nonsense. Joe Akers used to be the deputy sheriff. Real critter lover that one was.
Joe Akers is Jeff's father?
That's right.
I found an old newspaper in Sally's house that contained an article on Mickey Malone. It really got my curiosity going. What else can you tell me about him?
Person you should talk to is Jeff Akers. He's got this historical museum thing going out at that ranger station of his.
I found this picture in Sally's house. Do you recognize anybody?
I'm guessing the guy's Mickey Malone, but I don't know who's that lady. Sounds like a case for our resident know-it-all Ranger Akers.
Where do you find your... Achoo!
Bless you. It's
Ooh.
all the dust. Sometimes I think it grows on this stuff.
Some of those old bottles are beautiful. Where'd you get them?
Found 'em. See, back in the days of Prohibition, that old Malone place used to be party central. Only way to get to and from back then was by boat. And when those boats dumped, on account of bad weather or bad driving or the feds suddenly showing up, well, everything from diamond necklaces to full bottles of illegal booze sank to the bottom of the lake.
So, it's finders keepers, huh?
That's right. See, recovering objects from the lake bed is illegal. According to Squeaky Wheel Akers, dragging the lake for artifacts was upsetting its delicate eco-balance. So thanks mostly to his constant squawking, the state banned it.
Are you saying you acquired this stuff illegally?
Well, of course not. It all washed up on shore.
Of course it did.
Sounds like you aren't real fond of Ranger Akers.
Jeff Akers could take all his precious rules and regulations and take a flying leap. Now, I got nothing against getting more customers in here, mind you. But I kind of like Moon Lake the way it is. Small, quiet, out of the way. But Jeff Akers, why, there's nothing he'd like better than to see all the lake and all the property around it turned into one big, noisy, jam-packed state park.
Sounded to me like he just wants to preserve the area's history.
He's the type of guy who likes to boss people around, makes them feel important. So if the park got way bigger and was crawling with tourists, why, instead of giving out maybe one ticket for littering every 2 days, he'd be giving out 12 tickets every 2 hours. He'd be in heaven. Well, hey, I'm sure you got better things to do than getting your ear chewed off by yours truly.
Guess I'll see you later.
Always a pleasure.
Okay, so we gotta go get bugs. Let's see. Checking with the ranger first.
You're back.
I found a newspaper dating back to 1927 in Sally's house. Since you're kind of an expert on the history of Moon Lake, do you mind if I ask you some questions about Mickey Malone?
Not at all.
The article mentioned that a man named William Akers used to work for Malone. Is he a relative of yours?
No. Quite a coincidence, I'll admit, but no. I am in no way related to the head flunky of some two-bit gangster and his gang of thugs.
Sounds like he probably is.
I found this old picture in Sally's house. Do you know who these people are?
The man is Mickey Malone, I know that. I'm guessing that this is his girlfriend, Vivian Burnett, I think her name was. And judging by the year of that brand new Ford in the background, I'd say the picture was taken in 1928.
She was probably as familiar with Malone's house and his dogs as he was. Think there's any chance she's still alive?
Tell you what, Miss Drew. Why don't I go through my files and see what I can dig up on this mystery woman? I'm a busy man, but like I always say, I'm here to serve.
When and why was Malone arrested?
I'm
He's
sorry, Miss
busy.
Drew. As usual, I'm a little pressed for time. If you have more questions, why don't you sit down at the computer and peruse the Moon Lake database of fascinating factoids that I've put together?
Have you gotten the results back from that water sample I left with you?
I meant to call the Department of Health today for a status report, but frankly, I've been way too busy.
Sounds like Moon Lake could use 2 rangers.
If I were in charge of just 10 more acres of parkland, they'd give me an assistant, and I could devote more time to the acquisition of more land and eventually put Moon Lake on the map as one of the biggest, most popular parks in the state.
10 acres, huh?
Why didn't the Parks Department buy the Malone property instead of Sally?
She outbid them, the cheapskates.
Well, if those dogs scare Sally away for good, other people are bound to think twice about buying the place. The bank will lower its price, and you'll have your land.
You're insinuating things again, Miss Drew.
No, just pointing out a fact.
I didn't mean to insult you. In fact, is there anything I can do to help you out?
Tell you what, if you're serious about making amends, there's some boxes by the computer labeled with dates. They're from the estate of a local history buff. She kept everything from newspaper clippings to old photos to recipes for apple crisp. She put everything in envelopes, then numbered them by year using Roman numerals. Just put the envelopes in order by year with the earliest date in front. Oh, and if you're rusty on Roman numerals, there's an entry on them in the computer.
Okay if I read what's in the envelopes?
Don't go reading anything until you're through, or take my word for it, you'll never get finished.
Thanks for all your help.
It is
That's
true.
why I'm here.
So, part of my notes mention some of the Roman numerals that I don't remember, right? Like I is 1, V is 5, right? X is 10. Those I remember. But then it gets to like 50, 100, 500, and 1,000. That throw me off. So, we have notes on that part.
Let's see. Jeff said the envelope with the earliest date goes down in the front of each box.
Okay, so this one says what? M 1,000, 100,000. Is that 2,100? No, that can't be right. They're all gonna start with MC. That's gonna be 1,900. That makes sense. Actually, now that I think about it. So we have to figure out after the MC. So this is that M equals 1,000. That can't be right. Let's look at Roman numerals, which would be where in his computer? These are pretty pictures, I will say that. You said in the computer, right? Or did you say by the computer? You know what? Everything MCM is going to be 1,900, right? Because that's M is 1,000. And then C is 500. So that's 500 minus 2,000, 1,500. No. C is 100. D is 500. So that's 19. So MCM, so ignore that. This is 11. So that should be towards the back. This is 4. This is 5, 6, 7, 8. So these two at least need a swap. 10. Okay, so that one looks correct to me. So 10, 1 in front of a 10, so 19. So that should be in the back, yeah. 15, 16, 17, okay. L is 50. And X is 10, so 60. So that goes somewhere, I feel like over here. Right? Like, I just don't understand why they made the system so complicated. Like, why does it have to matter where things are placed? Why can't it just be like X, X, X? Instead of like doing 25, plus 5, minus 3, and this one definitely needs to go in this last row somewhere. So one of these is not right. Okay, 1, 25. I mean, that's not the right spot either, but at least that's better. 25 should be here, right? And X, L. I don't think it's that one. Okay, this one is 10 in front of a C, so 50. That one goes down there still. Oh, the gears. Okay, I think that gets us a little closer. Right, because that's 15. 14. 13. 13, 14, 15. 17, 19. Okay, so that looks right to me. Okay, so we're down to these ones. I mean, I is going to come before V. 39. It's going to be towards the back. 32. 25. 65. XLV 1055 65. Right? Oh. Yeah. 50, 40, 45. 'Cause it's when the smaller number, right, in front of a larger number. $45. So this one's at the back. 30. It's 39. $32. This is.
Now that they're all sorted, I
Oh,
can do
thank
some
God.
reading.
Thanks, Nancy. I'd probably be looking at those forever. Newark, New Jersey. Mickey Malone died yesterday of liver failure. Thanks, Zeke, for the bit. Much appreciated. Some of those things, it's like, it makes sense. You just have to sit there for a little bit to figure it out. I almost wish, right, that, and I mean, maybe this already exists, right? It probably does. But I wish I could, like, almost hook, like, an iPad up to my computer and, like, the Nancy Drew game be running in it, and I could, like, write on the screen. Like, just so I could see where things are, you know? I'm sure they have something similar like that in the world. Born in Newark, New Jersey. 1989, Malone owned and operated the Philadelphia Suds and chain laundromats and dry cleaners that allowed him to disguise and disparage the money he made as racketeer. Yep. Convicted of following year and was sentenced to 8 years in federal prison. He died just 2 months before he was scheduled to be released. Oh, that's sad. Sad way for him to go. Okay, so that was that one. What's this one? Right at the front. Place handcuffs, wearing only an overcoat over his PJs. Oh, no sleep for the wicked, I guess. 3 previous attempts, have failed. This time, federal agents intended to rely on ledgers and tax returns. Get a good accountant. Number 1 rule. Okay. That was that. And that was that one. What's this one? Which makes more sense, right? He came here, got caught here, then he died. I should have read them in that order, but just summing up some stuff. Waldo Matthias, the agent spearheading the Department of Justice. Okay. Did I get all of them in there? Felt like I didn't. Huh? That was it. Just the 2. Dragging ban is a drag. For the Pennsylvania treasure hunter. Imagine like you knowing that there's diamond bracelets like in the water and all you had to do was have the time, effort to pull them up and like you get to claim them. That would be cool. But dredging actually does have a lot of negative side effects for the environment, so I get it. Sediment gets kicked up, the ground is like shaken. It's not good. Watch the Septics Roadshow. PBS. Plumbing Broadcasting Service. Yeah.
You're back.
What happened to Akers and the rest of Malone's gang after he went to prison?
Fortunately for Moon Lake, they all left and went their separate ways.
I noticed you have a dog.
That's Yogi, who never goes out
Yogi.
unless he's on a leash. Park rules.
I couldn't help but notice that he's about the same size as those ghost dogs were.
I hope you're not suggesting I trained Yogi to run around in the middle of the night barking and attacking.
No, he's not the right type of dog.
I finished putting all those envelopes in order.
Excellent. Thank you, Miss Drew. And to show my gratitude, I've got something for you.
Chances are it isn't a paycheck.
It doesn't involve Roman numerals, does it?
No, it's an honorary junior park ranger pin. I keep them on hand so I can give them out to children whom I see demonstrating respect for park rules and regulations. A little bit of positive reinforcement.
Yay, that's exactly what I want.
Unfortunately, I don't get to give them out that often.
Oh, gee, thanks, Ranger Akers. I've been trying to take pictures of birds for this guy named Red Knot. Ever met him?
Oh yes, the Birdman. I'd stay away from him if I were you.
Why? Is something wrong with him?
He's a fanatic. He's got it in his head that Moon Lake would be the best birdwatching venue in the world except for one thing. Too many people. Believe me, if there was a way to get this park shut down and all the homes on the lake torn down, he'd do it in an instant.
Thanks for all your help.
Not a problem.
This really shows you all sides of people, right? Like there's the person who wants the nature to stay nature, right? You have the person who wants people to see and appreciate the nature, and then you have the people who just won't, not nature and just happen to be stuck in a situation. Like everyone's got their own take, right? Let's see. We're gonna go to Sally's home. We're gonna look for critters and try to get them. Oh, there. It's this way. So you need to turn over rocks. Oh, look, a shoe. Some of them are fast. I was like clicking them, but I didn't get all of them. I only got one. You know what? I got something. Nothing. Up to 4. She said 12, right? Nope. Nothing. I think it only lets me, if I remember right, like collect so many like per day. Okay, if I'm looking at the log, where am I on this map? I'm looking at a stump, technically. Tree stump. That can't be right, because it says I can go either way. So maybe I'm not looking at this tree stump. I want to turn around and then go left. I take the first right. I'm at the yellow thing. Yep, I want to take the right. Right, right, left. Right, right, left. There we go. Okay. Should probably check in with Sally. Or at least Bess. So let's see. 1, 2, 1, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 3, 8, 9.
Hello?
Hey, Sally, it's Nancy.
Nancy, hi, how's it going?
That Emily Griffin is quite a character. How well do you know her?
I feel like I've known her all my life. She's so open and friendly. She likes to make it sound as if Moon Lake used to be a major hangout for criminals and degenerates, which isn't really true and irks some people around here no end. But I figure she's just trying to make a buck.
Talk to you later.
Stay in touch.
Well, that was a very short conversation. But you know who will talk our ear off if we let them? Usually Bess.
Nancy, how's it going?
This caller ID stuff is going to take some getting used to.
I'm here too, Nan. What's going on?
Moon Lake is gorgeous, but it's so remote. The park ranger is the closest thing they have to a sheriff around here.
Park ranger? What's he like? Which, as we all know, is Bess's way of saying, park ranger? Is he cute?
Not true, George. Nancy thinks everybody's cute, so what would be the point? Anyway, Nancy, you were saying?
His name's Jeff Akers. He's very helpful, polite, efficient, knowledgeable.
Sounds boring.
In fact, he probably knows more about the area than all the other residents of Moon Lake combined.
Sounds very boring.
Oh, poor
What's he know
Bess.
about these alleged ghost dogs?
He thinks they're just plain old dogs that for some reason like to run around at night scaring people.
And what does Detective Drew think about the dogs?
I think Sally had good reason to be scared of them. I don't blame her for leaving, which leads me to think that maybe that was the whole idea.
Somebody had those dogs attack Sally in order to scare her away?
Why would anybody do that? She was there for less than a month.
You'd have to be a total creep to make enemies that fast. And Sally's one of the nicest people I know.
Ooh, Nancy! Speaking of cute guys, Frank and Joe Hardy called. I filled them in on where you are and what you're doing, and they're dying to hear from you.
Great. Did they leave a number?
Their number is 280-555-4865. Bess didn't recognize it when they called and almost didn't answer the phone.
Good thing my cousin here has a memory like an elephant, huh?
What's that supposed to mean?
Call them, Nancy. They're dying to hear from you. But remember, Frank's cute and all that, but George and I want to hear from you, too.
Yeah, no fair discussing the case with them from now on and not with us. Promise you'll keep us up to speed?
I promise. I found the coolest old newspaper. It's from 1927, and on the front page is an article about Mickey Malone and a man named William Akers.
Akers? Any relation to Park Ranger Jeff Akers?
When I asked, Jeff Akers said that it was just a huge unfortunate coincidence. According to the paper, William Akers was Mickey Malone's most trusted employee, his #1 go-to guy.
Where'd you find it?
You know how I always seem to wind up in houses with secret passageways?
Sometimes I think they follow you around.
Well, I found these hidden stairs leading from the living room into the cellar.
What's down there?
That's what's weird. The stairs led down into this empty space. There's some kind of safe in the wall and a set of stairs leading to a door that goes outside, but that was it.
Why would Malone bother hiding a staircase if it didn't go somewhere important?
I could sure use a nice big hint right about
Secret
now.
way to get
Go
out.
outside and find that bait.
You can do it, Nancy. I sure as heck couldn't. But I know you can.
Did I mention that all the water in Sally's house comes from a well?
Get them caught up on the
Ew,
case a
really?
little bit.
Does it taste like rotten eggs?
Not all well water tastes like rotten eggs, Bess.
I don't know if it does or not, because the well is so old, I need to get the water tested before I drink it.
Good plan. Nothing will wreck your day faster than a nice tall glass of contaminated water.
Bye, you guys.
Don't be a stranger.
Take care.
Okay, let's go the Hardy Boys.
Hello?
Hey, Joe. It's Nancy.
Nancy, how's it going? No, wait, don't answer that. Talk about the weather or something.
The weather?
Yeah, that'll give me time to grab the other phone and take it outside. Frank's washing the car. He'll kill me if he misses anything. Here, wait a sec. Take a break, it's Nancy. Hang on, he's putting the hose down. He's drying his hands. He's walking over.
Nancy, hi. What's up? Bess and George say you've got another mystery on your hands.
Or should we say, on your paws.
They told you about the dogs?
We made them tell us everything. Pumped them dry.
As you may have guessed, we're not exactly rolling in detective work here.
So you're living vicariously through me.
It's not the first time, sad to say.
What conclusions have you reached so far, Detective?
If nothing else, those ghost dogs are very well trained. I'm watching to see who owns and or trains dogs around here.
Good plan. But don't forget, a really smart perpetrator is going to make it look like he or she has no connection to dogs whatsoever.
But then a really, really smart perp might have dogs all over the place and not bother to hide it, because he or she would figure you'd never suspect anyone so obvious.
Well then.
Emily Griffin doesn't seem to have any dogs.
Uh-oh. Move her up on your suspect list.
I'd move her down.
You know, Joe, something tells me we're not helping.
No, not at all.
I'm convinced that someone is using those ghost dogs to scare Sally into abandoning Malone's house. If I can just figure out why, I might be able to figure out who.
Never hurts to look for motive.
I seem to be getting nowhere fast. Anybody have any suggestions?
We can probably come up with a few.
But we're not going to make it easy for you.
After all, it's your case, not ours. Time to find the rest of the bait.
Just keep your hands away from your mouth and you'll be fine.
Later, guys.
Gotta
We'll be
find
waiting.
the bait. So let's try going at night. So it looks like we're not going anywhere until we get that. I saw something, but it was just the ground. I heard a cricket, yet I found a glowworm. I'll take it. Nothing. Okay. Nothing. I did that one. Yeah, that was right, so let's go left now for everything. I think that was... Oh boy. Nothing. Okay, so we are here. I can go straight and then left. Or not. Here we go. And I can go right, but there shouldn't be anything there. Yep. Or I can go this way. How many do I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, only 3 more to go. I don't think we'll hear any more. So we went this way. I feel like we did all of that direction, so maybe this bottom left area. We get to the fallen tree, make a right. Sieg, out of curiosity, do you know if there was any spot that I didn't hit or any of them I didn't grab from like a certain rock? You know, this is one of the most time-consuming parts. I don't want to spend too much time on this. Because afterwards, we gotta still find the birds. Look at those bingo squares today. If someone doesn't get bingo, I will be very sad. Not sure, but free bingo. I almost want to just go in Emily's shop and like take more bin. Be like, yep, I got it all. I need to make a left. Or not. See, there's like rocks back there, but they don't seem to react. I know, right? You know what? There's stones over here. I wonder. Nope.
Those look too rotten.
That's not what we're looking for, Nancy.
How's the bird watching coming along?
I'm sorry, but finding those birds is harder than I thought it would be. Can you give me any tips?
You gotta look for them. This isn't gonna be any Sunday picnic, you know? And try early in the morning. That's when most of them are singing.
See you in a while.
Watch yourself out there.
So we'll go Am. Let's see if. Okay, so we got a couple more. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh my god, see, where's the last one? Universal hint, please. Request coming in from Detective Rue over here. Blah, blah, blah. Just stuck in my head. There's gotta be like one that I did not flip over, and I don't know if it's a nighttime one or a daytime one. Yeah! Is that 12? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, I'm counting 12. She said 12, right? Ow. Do that again. There we go. Okay. Okay. Got her bait. I thought people used to like breed them.
Nice junior park ranger pen. You must really be on Acre's good side.
It's definitely more than 12.
Any word from Tucker, what's his name? He hasn't been by to move that tree yet.
I'll give him another call. But like I said, the man marches to the beat of another drummer. A very slow drummer.
Guess I'll see you later.
I guess you will.
Maybe it was 15.
Ew!
Back to the drawing board. Doesn't look like there's a lot of space in here, but maybe it's, let's see if that's 12, 13, 14, 15. Yes. Oh boy, here we go. That's a cardinal. What I got? 4 worms, 3 glowworms, 2 crickets, 1 beetle. And the other 2, I'm not sure what they are. Off the top of my head, maybe that one's it doesn't look like a grasshopper, but maybe it's a grasshopper. And then that red one. Let me know when I'm all set, see. You think I got them all, but she wouldn't take them. I thought she said 12, but she wouldn't take them. It wasn't an option. I mean, I guess we can go check in with the rangers, see if the water thing's up to date.
Good news. I have information on your mystery woman.
Oh, well, there's also that. 3 beetles, 3 glowworms, 2 crickets, and 4 worms. Yeah, it's 12. Huh, she didn't make no mention of me handing it to her.
You are incredible, Ranger Akers. What did you find out?
Her name these days is Vivian Whitmore. She lives in Las Vegas, and her number is 702-555-9137.
Sorry to bother you again, but did those results from the water test come in yet?
There's something here for you from the State Department of Health.
Do not drink or use the water from your well.
Oh my gosh, not only is
Arsenic.
the water bad, but it seems like the well may have been contaminated deliberately.
That's not good.
I wouldn't go jumping to conclusions without proof, Ms. Drew. I'm sure there's a far less melodramatic explanation.
Where's Yogi?
In the run, out back. Even out of sight, he's under my full control, as park rules require.
Thanks for all your help.
Not a problem.
Okay. Try going to M's again. And then we'll call our mystery one.
Hey, Nancy, how's the bait finding coming along?
Oh, it's weird. She didn't take them last time. Did I get something since then?
12 big, fat, juicy ones, just like you wanted.
Well, now, you done all right for a city gal. Here you go. Hope whatever you're hiding from won't catch you. How you holding up?
Guess I'll see you later.
Always a pleasure.
And then after we give that call, we'll go look for our birds. I want to travel around by boat. Be fun. Like a little lake, not like anything super big. I want to see if I can trigger something that I remember seeing, but I don't remember how to trigger to see it. I saw it that time. Saw it, but I can't seem to trigger it. Okay, we've got this number. Perfect.
If you're selling something, hang up right now. I got an air horn in my hand that could deafen a dinosaur, and I'm not afraid to use it.
Oh, no, please. I'm not selling anything. Believe me. Is this Vivian Whitmore?
Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. You got exactly 5 seconds to state your business.
My name is Nancy Drew. I'm calling from Moon Lake, Pennsylvania. I just wanted to ask you some questions.
Oh, right. The Moon Lake Park Ranger said you might call. But you have to talk fast. An old friend of mine is flying in today from Florida. And when I say old, I mean old, as in 5 years older than I am. Don't bother trying to do the math, sweet stuff. You'll hurt yourself. So, that ranger fella said you found an old picture of me.
That's right. I found it in the cellar of Mickey Malone's old house on Moon Lake.
Moon Lake. Talk about your fond memories. I had a lot of fun there. Although I wasn't anywhere near as wild as most young people were back then. But I think Mickey kind of respected me for that. I was his gal for 5 years. He always kept birch beer on tap at that speakeasy of his just for me.
He had a speakeasy? Where?
It was in the basement, right there at Moon Lake. Feds never knew about it, but everybody who was anybody on the East Coast back then, actors, musicians, bankers, politicians, they knew. You weren't big time unless you'd made at least one trip to Moon Lake Mickey's.
That's weird. I'm staying in his old house on Moon Lake, and I haven't seen any sign of a speakeasy.
Course you haven't. You're not supposed to. Only Mickey and Willie knew how to get into the speakeasy from the house. The rest of us had to go in and out the regular way, through the cemetery.
Who's Willie?
The guy who ran the speakeasy for Mickey.
I found a safe in the cellar of Malone's house. I'd love to see what's in it, but unfortunately it's locked.
You must be talking about the wall safe. That was Willie's.
Did all Malone's employees have their own safes?
Not hardly. Mickey treated most of his employees like dirt, but not Willie. He honestly liked Willie, trusted him. And when Willie decided he wanted his own safe, Mickey said, "What the hey?" No one knew the combination, not even Mickey. Mostly because Willie was constantly changing it. He was a little paranoid and superstitious. Well, as I recall, he'd pick the most unlucky number he could think of and use that for the combination. He called it a reverse jinx.
One way to do it. Is this the Krusty Krab? No, this is Patrick. Is this the Krusty Krab? No, this is Patrick. Is this the Krusty Krab? No, this is Patrick. Not a Krusty Krab. I love that scene. I could quote SpongeBob all day if I wanted to.
Unlucky number? Like what?
Oh, like the date that something bad happened, like when the stock market crashed, or when somebody died, or the address of a house that caught fire, or the phone number of the police, that sort of thing.
Thanks for the lurk, nerd.
Did you say people would normally enter the speakeasy through the cemetery?
There was a lock hidden in one of the tombstones in that little cemetery behind the house. You needed a key to unlock it, and when you did, stairs would appear that led to the speakeasy.
Do you have any idea how to get into Malone's speakeasy from the house?
I sure don't. That saloon was built using two main ingredients, concrete and secrecy. Mickey always bragged that nobody could get in unless he wanted them in, and I do believe he was right. But I'll tell you what, if you send me that picture of me and Mickey, I'll send you my key.
The key to the tombstone? You still have it?
It's in the bottom of my jewelry box. I've come this close to throwing it out 100 times, but it's so small, and the memories it brings back are so big. Well, I just couldn't, as a joke. Mickey had a tombstone made with the name of this federal agent who had it out for him inscribed on it. That's the one the key unlocks.
It's been fun talking to you.
Anytime.
Okay, so we gotta mail that to her. Now, in order to do that, we'll have to head back to the Rangers, but we gotta go birding. Let me see the map real quick. So, we're here. Let's see. There is a yellow bird all the way down this right one. We already got the yellow bird, I'm pretty sure. All the ones should be to the left. So left, go straight at the thing. Now we got the red bird. Oh, but there's two yellow birds. Nancy, better notes, please. Okay, so we'll go right, 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 left. So 3 rights. Right. So that bird's not here, so that one we got. So now we need to go, turn around and go right, left, left. To get back to the start. Right, left. Left. So this gets us back to the beginning. Now, not the red bird. So we want to go left, right, left. For starters. Left. Right. Left. Now we're at the ribbon. And we gotta go left and right. Left. Right. We have done other things, and he did say earlier the better, so maybe we have to do it first thing in the morning. And so we're gonna turn around, and we're gonna go straight. Straight. Literally straight. 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 Okay. Oh, maybe it's not the red bird. I mean, that looks red to me. Okay, well now as we get out of here, we'll go straight, right, right, right. Straight. Did I say straight, straight? Right, right. So right, 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 right. 4 rights. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. See, could you write this down for me real quick? We got 2 yellow birds, a blue bird, a red bird, and a question mark bird. So yellow, yellow, red, blue, question. And then we'll see if Nancy's come into contact with that other bird. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've seen 6 of them. We're looking at a fallen tree. So left and right. Oh, I definitely did not do that right. Turn around. We want to go right, left. And go right, left, right. I remember what triggers that scene now. I was like, I remembered something. And now I remember that the only way to see it has to do with this. It has to do with this last bird. How, I don't remember, but it does. You gotta mail that thing to her, so let's do that.
Hello again, Miss Drew. Am I in for another interrogation?
I'd like to mail this photo to the woman in
Does
Las
not
Vegas.
like me, does
Can
he?
you do that for me?
As always, I'm here to serve, Miss Drew. Just give it to me and I'll take care of it. I'm sure she'll be very pleased to get this back.
Thanks for all your help.
Not a problem.
I wonder if there's something Nancy has to read that triggers it. That's a falcon. Wood ducks, male wood duck, female wood duck. Go see M.
How you holding up?
Guess I'll see you later.
Always a pleasure.
Nothing good for us. Head back home. Go to sleep. We'll talk to Red Knot. PM.
How's the bird watching coming along?
I just can't seem to find a red-tailed hawk. Any suggestions?
Well, there's gotta be lots around here. You haven't been going around wearing sunglasses and earmuffs, have you?
Where am I most likely to see one?
Well, according to my bird map, they like to nest in the big tree that's just to the southwest of the Malone house. I suggest you park yourself nearby and wait. Bound to spot one sooner or later.
See you in a while.
Watch yourself out there.
I think that triggers what we need.
I'd better wait until daylight.
Okay. Daytime.
I don't think this is the tree Red was talking about. Well, I don't see any hawks, but this is probably the tree Red was talking about. At least it was the tree. That sounded like a hawk. Hey, what is that hawk standing on? Oh, that looks like a speaker.
That's what I remembered. Ah!
Huh? I better get out of here. My arms and legs are tied.
How can she see that?
At least I can kick. If I could just get that scythe down, I could use the blade to cut the rope around my wrists and free my hands.
Nancy's pretty amazing.
I can't just let this thing burn up. I've got to put it out.
We gotta go get water, which has arsenic in it. I don't think that's wise, but here we go. I probably should have grabbed you from the lake. Let's see how this turns out. Work.
What in blazes happened? I saw the fire from my platform and came running. You weren't in there playing with matches.
Platform's that way.
I was looking at birds, and then I noticed something on the house, and the next thing I knew, I was locked in the tool shed and somebody was setting it on fire.
Whoa, you're not making much sense. Probably smoke inhalation or something. Come talk to me after you've cleaned yourself up and gotten some sleep. I need to tell you something.
Somebody tried to kill you?
I didn't say that.
Somebody knocked you out, locked you in a shed, set it on fire, and you think they were, what, just pulling a prank? Wake up and smell the hostile vibes, Nancy.
I guess it's just hard for me to believe that anybody would consider me to be that big a threat.
I should have never let you stay there by yourself.
Sally, I'm fine. I feel bad about your tool shed, though.
Who cares about the shed? It was full of junk anyway. I'm glad to be rid of it.
That's kind of the way Ranger Akers saw it, too. He showed up right after the birdwatcher did and ticketed me for burning refuse in a manner that endangered park property.
That man is insufferable.
Emily was nice, though. She came by right afterwards and wouldn't leave until I drank the tea she made for me.
Look, Nancy, one more time. If you want to leave, just say the word and I'll come get you.
Sally, one more time. I'm fine.
Well, then promise me you'll be careful, okay?
I promise. I'll be in touch.
You better.
We drank tea from someone. We got a ticket, and the bird watcher was not only awake, but the first to arrive. Some suspicious things going on. Let's go see the bird watcher. He's got to apparently tell us something. Oh boy. The interesting part is he told us to go there.
Hello there. I owe you an apology. After you came up here looking for those red tails, I gave my map a closer look and realized it was more than 50 years old. Reason you can't find them is probably because their favorite nesting tree is gone. Finding that hawk's gonna be harder than I thought, so why don't you just give me back my camera and I'll take it from here. It didn't get burned up in that fire or anything, did it?
Ouch.
You'll be happy to know that I did get a picture of a red-tailed hawk. So here's your camera back. I got all the birds.
Thank you, Nancy. Nice work. You're a credit to your generation.
Where did those gas cans come from?
I ran out of gas. So much for being prepared, huh? Well, that's all I wanted to tell you. I'm sure you've got places to go, things to see, people to pester.
See you in a while.
Shh, down a notch. Remember.
He wanted to tell me that he ran
Howdy.
out of gas?
See you in a while.
Yeah.
Oh. Let's see. Let's check to see if Vivian got our thing. So that she'll mail us the key.
Hello?
Is this Vivian?
No, this is your station dropper.
Vivian's fixing snacks in the kitchen.
Oh my gosh, Eustacia and Drop-Off? Harry Houdini's cousin?
Use the air horn like I showed you!
No, Eustacia, wait! It's Nancy Drew. I talked to you on the phone a couple of months ago, just after a friend of mine was kidnapped in St. Louis. I asked you questions about the theater where the kidnapping took place, the Royal Palladium, remember?
Nancy Drew. The Snoopy one. You're not dead yet?
No.
Most people, I talk to them one day, next day they're dead. It is an old age thing.
Oh, stop being so morbid here. Have some clam dip. Hello? Nancy? So you know Eustacia, huh? Small world. Well, what's up?
It's been fun talking to you.
Anytime.
Guess I'll let them have their fun. I apparently don't have anything else to say, but you know. We talked to Sally, so let's do Bess. And then we'll do the Hardy Boys.
Hello?
Bess, it's Nancy.
I know that. What's going on?
This birdwatcher I met has got me taking pictures of birds for some survey he's doing. He's a bit of a grump.
Does he live nearby?
No, he just kind of hangs out in the woods. In fact, I only see him at night.
Interesting.
Not
He's in the
suspicious
woods
at
at
all.
night. The dogs are in the woods at night.
Could he have had a reason for wanting Sally out of the Malone house?
Maybe. From what Ranger Akers told me, Red would like everybody around here out of their houses. He thinks there's too many people at Moon Lake and it's ruining the bird watching. Ranger Akers called him a fanatic.
Fanatic equals suspect in my book.
I think somebody may have deliberately put poison down Sally's well.
Yikes.
What makes you think that?
The Department of Health found unusually high levels of arsenic in the water sample I sent them.
Somebody's trying to poison you with arsenic?
They said that?
They weren't sure. They were going to run some more tests.
So somebody could be trying to poison you.
But you don't know for sure.
Right, and they may not be trying to poison anybody. They may want to contaminate the well just enough to force Sally to either go to the expense of digging a new one or forget the whole thing and leave.
And because arsenic is found naturally in well water anyway, you may never know for sure. Bummer.
There's a private cemetery in the woods out back. Malone and his dogs are supposedly buried there.
Creepy.
And there were paw prints in the cemetery. Fresh paw prints.
Are you sure you're going to be all right there by yourself? We'd volunteer to drive out there and keep you company, but unfortunately my car's in the shop, and you know what a scaredy cat George is.
That's okay. There's really no room, and believe me, living conditions here are pretty primitive.
Scaredy cat, huh? You're gonna pay for that remark, dear cousin.
Let's see what they say.
I could sure use a nice big hint right about now.
Did you notice the teeny tiny little hole next to the lock on that wall safe?
It's probably a locking mechanism for the tumblers.
So if Nancy stuck something in there, she'd be able to turn the lock?
Yes, but it could be pretty hard to pin down something that small.
Oh, that's right. There's that.
Bye,
And
guys. Don't be a stranger.
you
Take
know
care.
he picked bad dates, Willie, right? So there's either two dates it could be, in my opinion, if he picks unlucky dates. The date Malone died, or the date he was incarcerated. So, let's find out. Okay. It says MM pinched is the last note that he made, which pinched would have meant jail, right? So, where's our pin? Junior Ranger pin right here.
It looks like a tiny hole. What's the combination?
So, we've got... Nice. Except we also got mice.
I bet
better
those
be
were deer
careful.
mice. I better be careful.
What do you want me to do, Nancy? Put gloves on and a mask? Okay, apparently so. William Akers from 33 to 42.
Speakeasy.
Hey, Mickey went to prison. But when they were walking him to the patio wagon, he told me to take care of his dogs. When the time came to do their tombstones like he told me, then he whispered to me to look under the Victrola in the speakeasy at Moon Lake. He said I'd find a map to the gold he stole 2 years ago. Then they shoved him into the wagon, and that was that. Poor Mickey. How's a guy who never spent one night in jail supposed to spend 8 years in prison? He'll never make it. I think he wants me to have the gold because deep down he knows he's never coming home. Anyway, I looked under the Victrola and found the map. The problem is there's nothing on it except a bunch of lines and the words dogs will lead the way. There's no X marking the spot or any directions or nothing, but I need money bad. My wife and baby haven't had anything decent to eat in months, so I'm gonna pack them up and move to Moon Lake permanently so I can spend all my time looking for the gold. I know he's desperate and all that, but like, if you don't find it after a while, maybe the best thing is to get a job. May 4th, 33. Mickey never told me outright that he was the guy who pulled off the hole in the floor gold heist. He always said the less I knew, the healthier I'd stay. But according to the papers, a bunch of gold was stolen off a moving train right under the noses of about a dozen Pinkertons. Mickey must have greased somebody's palm real good and got him to cut a hole in the floor of the boxcar. The gold was going to be shipped in. After the gold was loaded, one of his boys crawled under the train and pulled himself into the boxcar. Then, when the train was moving, he dropped the gold down the hole onto the tracks. Mickey's boys picked it up and got away clean. Nobody ever suspected Mickey was behind it. So what I'm looking for is 20 gold bars. The paper said altogether they weighed about 600 pounds. Question is, did Mickey hide them in one place or did he spread them around? He must have buried them, but where? I just thought of something. Maybe Mickey trained his dogs to go to the gold if you say the right word. I'm going to try to saying gold to them tomorrow and see what happens. July 14, 33. I've said every word I can think of to the dogs, but they haven't led me anywhere except around in circles. I spent the last month following them around. First Xander, then Vitus, then Lucy. I don't have to follow Iggy because all he does is sleep on the porch. So it looks like I'm gonna have to start digging. I'll dig under the porch first, seeing that's where Iggy always is. October 21st of 33. A month ago, I started working as a handyman over in Lewiston to make ends meet. So even though I stop by Mickey's every day to feed the dogs, I can only look for the gold at night. I dug all around under the porch, but didn't find nothing. I marked the porch.
Joe Akers? Emily said Jeff Akers' father was named Joe. Maybe Jeff is related to William Akers after all.
On the map with a big eye for Iggy because that's the place he always leads me to. I was so busy digging last Tuesday night that I almost wasn't there when my son was born. We're calling him Joe. His big sister is real happy and she says baby Joe is just like the dolly she always wanted, but we could never afford to get her. Truth is, we can't really afford Joe neither. I keep writing to Mickey asking him to please tell me straight out where the gold is, but he never writes back. I'll just have to keep digging. Leavenworth Prison, 48, Kansas. September 9th, 35. Now I spend all my free time digging in the woods. I dig around everything that could be a landmark, logs, rocks, tree stumps, and I never find anything. Plus, I keep getting lost. The paths look so much alike, especially at night, and I spend most of the time trying to figure out where I am. The last Sunday, I memorized the way to the cemetery. It's left, right, red, blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to read it. February 11th, 39, so 4 years. Even though Mickey never allowed the dogs in the speakeasy or the tunnels, I've been looking there for the gold because I looked everywhere else I can think of and got nowhere. Last week I found out that Mickey changed the passcode to the spigots in the speakeasy. This got my hopes up because the way I figure out why would Mickey change the code without telling me unless he was hiding something. When I finally figured out the new code, I didn't find nothing in the tunnel opened up that wasn't there before. Why Mickey spent all that money on pictures of those dogs of his, I'll never understand. March 2nd at 42, I give up. Mickey's dead, and so are all his dogs. I'll never find the gold. I got a good job offer over in Harrisburg, and I'm gonna take it. Little Joe and Sarah deserve a better life than they've gone so far, and it's high time Callie got a nice house and a husband who doesn't spend all of his time chasing after something he can't find. But I'm leaving this journal here because who knows, maybe someday I'll suddenly remember something Mickey said, and it finally hit me where he hid the gold. Maybe I'll come back here and find it after all. But in the meantime, I got my family. That's what's important. They're treasure enough. Aww.
The dogs will lead the way. I wonder what that means.
Uh, hmm. Guess we'll take that with us. Let's save it. Get that going. Let's see like a line. You know, that will get us back in the house. We know that this is the article we found. Beautiful night sky. I still don't know what the pen's for. There's a ladder here now. The speakers are gone! Oh, that's weird. We need to talk to more people, it looks like. Found bait. Open the safe. You know that. You know that. I feel like we're not getting anywhere, so let's make it AM. We'll start at M's. Then we'll go to
How you holding up?
Do you know anything about the gold that Mickey Malone supposedly buried somewhere on his property?
All I got to say about it is, if there really was a bunch of gold buried somewhere and nobody ever found it, it's for darn sure nobody ever will. Not with them dogs up there.
Guess I'll see you later.
I guess you will.
So that's all we got from her. Let's go see Ranger Acres.
A package just arrived for you from Las Vegas.
Perfect. It's probably the key.
Great. Vivian sent me the key.
I'll dispose of the package. Wouldn't want to break any littering laws, would we?
But I can't throw away trash in my own house. Come on.
What can you tell me about the gold that Malone supposedly buried on his property?
As far as I know, it doesn't exist. It's just one of those rumors people want to believe, so they do.
Thanks for all your help.
That's why I'm here.
I feel like I had a bunch of options, so we're going to try talking to him again.
Hello.
What do you know about a man named Joe Akers?
Why do you ask?
I understand he used to be the deputy here.
So?
According to Emily Griffin, Deputy Joe Akers was your father, and according to the journal I found, William Akers' son was named Joe. Another coincidence?
All right. William Akers was my grandfather.
And you don't want anyone to know that.
It's not exactly something I'm proud of. My father spent his whole life trying to make people forget what my grandfather was, and trying to make sure people who didn't know what he was never found out. I've been doing the same thing.
What did William Akers do after Malone was arrested?
I'm afraid you're going to have to excuse me, Miss Drew. In case you've forgotten, I'm a very busy man.
I'm going to try again.
I apologize for my previous behavior. As a park ranger, I strive to keep my personal feelings in check at all times, and that time I failed.
Instant fix.
It's my duty as a public servant to try to make it up to you. What would you like to know?
Did your grandfather ever find any gold on Malone's property?
If he did, he never spent it. He wasn't poor when he died, but he certainly wasn't rich.
Thanks for all your help.
Always a pleasure.
Okay, so we got the key, so we have to go unlock the gravestone. Or tombstone. Look at those beautiful scenic views. Okay, so let's see, once I go in here, it is so left, right. I'm gonna write this down. Left, right, right, left, 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 right, left. Okay, that should get us there. So, left, right, 3 left, so 1, 2, 3, I wrote right, left, but I want to make sure. Right, left. Oh, it's got a keyhole. But his real name was like different name, right? Wasn't it like Baldo? I feel like that's wrong. Nope. I'll take it. How the hell does that work after all these years? Come on.
It's too dark. I need a flashlight.
Need flashlight. Okay, that's to get out.
Oh, the batteries are going dead.
Oh, no, no, no.
I can't see a thing. I'd better go back.
I can't see anything. How do I know I'm going back? Sheesh. Die in a tomb. Okay. We're gonna need batteries, so... Back to M's. I guess that means, right? Nope. Left when I'm looking at the fallen tree. So it means turn around. Yep. Just depends on what angle you're looking at the tree from. There's the fallen tree. So yeah, I think I'm going the right way. There we go. Oh, okay. Now, this way. Right, she's got to sell balance. I would think.
How you holding up?
I need flashlight batteries. Do you carry them?
Yep. But you know, I've been meaning to make a purty display out of them packs of combo coal over there for the longest time. Just can't seem to get around to it.
In other words, you'd like me to give it a shot.
Here's the way it should look when you're done.
Oh, yeah, okay. So this row needs to be all greens. Oh, I can't just move them. I can to a point. Okay. So that bottom one's right. That looks right. Oh. Okay, so this row is correct. The other greens need to be like that. All the greens are done. Blue. That blue looks like it's right now. purple of 3. Three orange with a red in the middle. Two orange in the bottom. Okay, so far looking good. Looking good. Okay, so just this row, if I'm correct.
Ta-da!
There we
One
go.
smiling goldfish. It's obviously never tried combo cola.
Nancy does not keep her opinions to herself. I will say that.
Hey, Nancy, this mean you got them cans stacked?
You bet. They look just like the picture you gave me, which you can have back.
Here's your batteries, and thanks, Nancy.
Double A. That does not. That looks like a D battery. Okay. Back we go. Okay, let's go this way. Okay, so we got left, right, 3 left, so 1, 2, 3, then right, left, right, left. Do I have to do it again, really? That one won't matter. Okay, new battery, new flashlight. Let's go.
It's silly to try to explore this in the dark.
Yeah, that's why I'm using the flashlight, Nancy. Uh-oh. There's dead ends of some type.
Uh-oh.
We'll go right first. So all the good stuff's normally hand on the left, right? Uh-oh.
So this is the speakeasy. Wow.
Imagine owning a house and like you end up with a speakeasy. Like you end up finding one inside your house.
Those must be the spigots William Akers mentioned in his journal. The spigot won't move.
Does this one move? Doesn't
There
seem
must
like...
be a way to unlock these spigots.
Yep, but we'll have to figure that out, Nancy.
Ah, he's so cute.
Looks like that one got damaged over the years. Oh, there's a hint button. Okay. Have to turn it. Okay.
So Lucy would swim out to the shipwreck, which is about here.
I'm glad Nancy's keeping an eye on these details because I was like, what? Not ready to leave yet.
If map is correct, the tree where Vitus would bark at the hawks used to be right about here.
So we got 3 of them. Iggy's on the porch, which we already know, but this one's too badly damaged. How are we supposed to know what's on it? Now that I've left it, can I just enter it when I want? I guess because now I know where it is, right? Maybe his old girlfriend will know. So we got 9137.
Hello?
Hi, Vivian. It's Nancy Drew.
More questions?
I'm afraid so.
It's Nancy! Eustacia says hi. Go on, dear.
Do you know anything about the dog Malone called Xander?
He barked. They all barked. Bark, 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 bark. All of them except Iggy.
Do you have any idea what Xander was barking at?
I can't remember. Those dogs are just one big noisy blur.
Not helpful.
Are there any other tricks to getting into the speakeasy that I should know about?
I suppose it's only fair to warn you about the tunnels, and the doors, and the dead ends.
Tunnels?
We should go
You
the
mean
other
there's
way.
more than one way to get to the speakeasy from the cemetery?
Mickey had his men dig a bunch of tunnels between the speakeasy and the cemetery with hidden doors that opened when other doors closed, and lots of dead ends, so that if the speakeasy was ever raided, his guests could hide from the police. I was always terrified of getting lost, but you're a plucky girl. I'm sure you'll be fine.
William Akers, the guy you call Willie. He wrote about looking for the gold that Malone had supposedly buried on his property at Moon Lake. Do you know anything about that?
The hole in the floor gold heist. Well, I'll be darned.
So it's true? He did bury gold on his property?
Truth be told, when Mickey told me he was the one who pulled off that heist and that he'd buried 20 gold bars at Moon Lake, I didn't believe him. I thought he was making it up. See, Mickey and I were on the outs by then. I thought he was just trying to entice me to come back.
But if he told Willie the same thing, maybe there's something to the story after all.
Do you have any idea where he might have hidden it?
Afraid not. Mickey was so secretive that the men who completed his house at Moon Lake were not only forbidden to talk about the work they'd done, but they were ordered to leave the state for good, or else. But you know, I think he mentioned a map. Yes. He said he was making a treasure map and that... the dogs. Something about those dogs of his.
The dogs will lead the way?
He was always saying that. In fact, I'm pretty sure he had it engraved on his tombstone. Think, Viv, think! He said he was making a treasure map, and that he was also having paintings done of each dog. He made it sound like one thing had something to do with the other, like he was giving me some big important clue. But I just figured he was playing games, trying to lure me back with mystery and intrigue. I told him to buzz off. Maybe I shouldn't have.
Did he say what he was going to do with the paintings?
He said he was going to hang them in the speakeasy, and I'm sure that's precisely what he did.
Can you remember anything about Malone's dogs that might suggest where he hid the gold?
I stayed away from his dogs. They made me nervous, always jumping around, barking at this or that. The only one I liked was, what was his name? Iggy! I liked Iggy because he was nice and quiet. He just lay on the porch all day and didn't make a peep.
It's been fun talking to you.
23 skidoo, kiddo!
So, is there a way to clean that painting? Let me find out what was on it. Maybe we should let Sally know that we found this in her house. Probably would be useful.
Hello?
Hey, Sally, it's Nancy.
Nancy, hi. How's it going?
I'm afraid I have some bad news.
That too.
I had your well water tested, and according to the health department, it contains a very high level of arsenic.
Arsenic? Somebody poisoned my well?
Maybe, maybe not. The health department is running more tests. When you bought the house, did anyone mention a problem with the well?
No. And it doesn't matter. I love that house, and I am going to live in it. If that well's bad, I'll just dig another one. At least I will when I know for sure why bad things keep happening there. You are going to figure that out, right, Nancy?
You bet I am.
I knew I could count on you.
What would you say if I told you there's a speakeasy under your house?
Are you kidding me?
Nope. To get into it, I had to go down some stairs that were hidden in the cemetery.
Cemetery? Good grief. You know, sometimes I wonder whether I bought a house or an amusement park.
In the paperwork that you had to wade through when you bought this property, do you recall ever coming across the name Vivian Whitmore?
No, I sure don't. Who's she?
A close friend of Mickey Malone's, or so it would seem.
Her name wasn't anywhere on the deed. I know that.
Talk to you later.
Bye.
Okay, well, we've updated her. We'll check in with Bess and George.
Hello?
Bess, it's Nancy.
I know that. What's going on?
Get this. It turns out that Jeff Akers will be one happy park ranger
Gotta
if
get her
Sally
caught up.
sells her Moon Lake property back to the bank, and they wind up selling it to the Parks Department.
You think he might be responsible for all this ghost dog stuff?
He has a motive and he has a dog, although it doesn't look at all like the dogs that have been scaring Sally.
But it shows he knows something about dogs. Better pull out your suspect list and pencil him in, Nan. I still say you guys should lighten up on him.
Hey, newsflash. I think I know why somebody wants to scare Sally off her property, and it has nothing to do with birds, parks, or artifacts.
So what does it have to do with?
Gold, as in 600 pounds of gold bullion.
Come on, Nancy, tell us everything. Gold is one of my favorite subjects.
Well, I found William Akers' journal, who, it turns out, was our friendly park ranger's grandfather.
Ooh, that's interesting. Not as interesting as 600 pounds of gold. Go on, Nancy.
In the journal, I found a map with the inscription, "The dogs will lead the way."
You found a treasure map? My gosh, Nancy. Secret passageways, buried treasure? You're like a magnet for that stuff. The dogs will lead the way to what?
Malone apparently masterminded a huge gold heist and buried the loot at Moon Lake in a secret location. According to the journal, Malone left Akers the map, and said it would show him where the gold was, but all it has on it is that inscription and some landmarks.
What kind of landmarks?
The house, the shoreline, some rocks in the lake, the pump, the cemetery, and it's crisscrossed with lines like a grid.
A grid? Sounds like precise locations are involved.
I could sure use a nice big hint right about now.
Try playing around with those spigots in the speakeasy. And really, really look at those paintings.
Malone was such a colorful character. I mean, to give his dog such weird names? I'm sure he collared the artist and had him or her put clues in those paintings somewhere.
Bye, you guys.
See ya. Bye.
Okay. One more person to call, and then we will head back down with the spigots.
Hello?
Hi, Frank.
Hey, Nancy. Hey, Joe. Pick up the phone. Joe's in the kitchen. Worked up a real appetite watching me vacuum out the car. Hello?
Hi, Joe. It's Nancy. What are you eating?
Sandwich. Either roast beef or really old turkey. Can't tell. Don't care.
So how's life
They're
as a dog
vastly
catcher?
different colors.
I'm pretty sure I know why somebody wants Sally out of the Malone house.
So come on, spill.
Apparently, Malone stole a small fortune in gold bars off a train and hid them somewhere on his property here. They've never been found.
How do you know?
One of his employees, a guy named William Akers, kept a journal, which I found and of course read.
Of course.
Wait a sec. Did you say William Akers?
Who, as it turns out, was our friendly park ranger's grandfather.
Whoa.
I seem to be getting nowhere fast. Anybody have any suggestions?
You know, maybe it's the dogs in those paintings that will lead the way.
Yeah, so tap into their karma, Nan. Go with the flow. Don't be collared by doubt. Remember, the name of the game is persistence. Impatience spells doom.
Malone was just too colorful not to have put clues in those paintings somewhere.
Later, guys.
Watch out for dogs.
Just watch out, period.
Okay. I love when I open it from the top, she instantly grabs her like flashlight. But she won't grab it naturally when I go the opposite way. Okay, so this. Problem is when I back out of it, it stops. But maybe the taps are unlocked once I do that? Okay. Oh, there it's. Wait a minute. Malone's dogs' names all start with a letter that is Roman numeral. So what if I put them in order? You were born in August. No. But you're also 10. Hold on. So this is how many it turns around to. What if okay, X, that's one of the letters. Gotta figure out how to get these other ones on here. There's a V. Oh, but this is also an X. Oh, there's an I too. I'm just gonna keep going until I get a letter, right? I'll take V. I need an I and I need an L. I saw an I. Okay, so I need an L. Is there an L on here? There is an L. That was weird. I did. What opened up? It like flashed to it, but I don't see anything. I feel like it was lit up, so it's not that. What just happened? Am I crazy? I mean, Nancy looked at it, right? She had to have seen it. Or did it open up in the other room? Wasn't there like another ball thing over here somewhere? No. Because that's outside. That's the speakeasy. That's where the safe was. And then, no. So where did the thing go? You guys saw that, right? I'm not crazy. I'm gonna hit save. Saw and heard. Okay, so I'm not like crazy, but where'd it go? Did I like somehow jump it somehow while like trying to guess the thing? So that's the way I came. Oh, okay. I'll take it. Like a picture of Iggy, okay. Maps of different places. Oh, no, this. Oh, maybe we can see what's on Xander's. Xander's? No.
Xander, played by the pump, which is right here.
Okay, now what? That's a dead end. A door of some type. This is newer. This looks much newer than the time frame. Oh. Maybe I have to find the right map to put these on. This looks like this could be the map, right? Yeah, this is the right map. It's got that in the corner there. So Lucy was here. I don't know if I need to put them in order, but I'm gonna have to remember them though. Okay, so 'I feel like it was like somewhere over here. Four, five, six, seven. How do we figure out this location of them? Over two and up one, over two and up one. So if I can get Lucy and Xander's on there. Over two, up one, over two, up one. There we go.
That doesn't sound good.
Okay. Does this look like water?
It's some kind of lock. It's some kind of lock.
That apparently doesn't use a key?
It's some kind of lock. It's some kind of lock.
So we got in. But we don't know where anything, how to get. Oh. Wait. She said that some doors close while others open. Aha!
So you're the ghost dogs. You look pretty real to me.
Puppies. Aww.
Who's a good boy? Who's a good puppy, puppy, puppy?
Okay, the animation was a little creepy. I'm gonna keep going now. Silent sonic whistles. Your dogs can hear it, but you can't.
These dogs have been trained to act vicious on command.
Oh, poor things. Dento glow. Glow in the dark toothpaste. She was putting their toothpaste in their eyes? That's just cruel. Or he. He or she. Oh, we found the key. Mayan temples used as alien landing pads. Brings back time. Look who's back. Despite the royal Palladian fiasco, Brady Armstrong makes a comeback. Destiny shines forth.
That's the speaker I saw in the house.
Okay. Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad to know they weren't getting toothpaste in their eyes. That was very sad. So, harnessed, okay. Anything else? Oh. Home. Cameo pin. 2 bottles empty, 5 coins. Rumor going around like that Malone's house has been sold. Find gold now. Looks like a log of things. Turn Titanic to Val's video. Same time overdue. Well, that's a weird one. Perfect timing, I guess, in some ways. Rumor true sale of Malone house. Final, still no sign of gold. Time for plan D as the dog. Extra treat for Cher for being so good. Charles D. Weasel Antiques Dealer appraisal. Oh, this ain't looking good. Vet Lab reports all dogs in tip-top shape. New owner moving in late April. Gary's Gadgets and Gimmicks. Chuck says key special made for Malone in 1931. Gold heist was 1931. Key equals gold. Those are mosaics and tunnel. Push in. Yep, got that. Sally McDonald, 27, freelancer photographer. Tunnel kennel needed food bowls. Doggy beds. Moving in on 19th. Mosaic 1, 2, 3, 4. Nothing happens. Dog's ready for hunting. Sally M. God, who is Nancy Drew. Oh, this is recent. Knows about gold and must find before she does.
I bet the dogs attacked Sally's house because a high-frequency signal was transmitted to them through the speaker I saw on the roof.
Well, now that the speaker's not there, that's not going to happen anymore. We got this key from Malone, so... wait, this isn't the right one. This one. 1, 2, up. 1, 2, up. What do we got? What do we got? This key. Okay. Oh! Oh, that's not good. So we don't want to open that right now. Maybe we can drain the water? Fatal error. Yes, very much so. Okay, so it looks like we gotta get the water level down.
Something's missing here.
Is it not this?
Something's missing here.
Is it just the wheel not go on it? Oh, but it's gonna fall off. Oh, the pen. Maybe that's what the... Okay. Maybe not. What happens if I shove a pen in here?
Something's missing here.
What about the screwdriver? Okay, yep.
It's blocked. It's locked.
Okay. Guess we'll keep checking the water level. Water level's going down. Okay. No one doesn't seem to do anything. What do we got? Fill rate is now negative. Okay, that's good for our purposes.
It's blocked.
But I don't want the screwdriver here, but how am I supposed to turn it? Okay. Oh, now the fill rate went up a little bit. I don't want that. What? Okay, now the fill rate is positive. We don't want that. We have a negative fill rate. Can I open it? We're gonna save. Can I open it now? I feel like there's still a lot of water in there, right? Yeah. But we got to stop filling. So how do we get this to work? Is there anything else in this room? Like, only options? This was the fill rate.
It's blocked. Something's missing here.
They either go on or they don't. So how do I get this to go?
I'm this close to finding the gold. I just know it.
I know, but I can't figure out how to get this to empty, Nancy. Or do I have to turn it and just wait? Because it's water, right? It has to drain? Maybe? Maybe the fill rate has to be positive, like...
It's locked.
Oh, it's locked now.
It's locked.
Why
It's
is
locked.
that? So if I turn this the other way, this one gets stuck. So I have to turn this one first. Maybe I have to turn this one second. Oh.
It's blocked.
Or a third?
It's blocked.
Or maybe first?
It's blocked.
What am I supposed to do with these? Detective requesting hints. How do I?
It's locked.
Are lock and block the same thing in this case, or no? Is there enough? There's only the 4, right?
It's locked.
I didn't write anything about it in my notes, so either I figured it out really quickly and I'm overthinking it now, or I'm missing something key here.
The wheel is spinning, but nothing's happening.
Was it just clicking the wrong spots? And that's why I have a facepalm emote. Okay, it's not filling, and it's supposed to be empty.
Emotional damage.
Yep. You know, okay. I feel like we're getting close to the end. My God, he really liked his Roman numerals, didn't he? Why would they write the year? '20, 1924.
These colors look very familiar.
They do. I think they represent his dogs. Um, okay.
The wheel is gone.
Oh, I need to go back up and grab the wheel, don't I? I guess we're going back up.
make sure this door is closed all the way before I fool around with anything else.
Except I want to get back in there. Thanks, Nancy. She got a point, though. Would have been a lot of water. Okay, so we did this.
600 pounds of gold bullion. Wow.
Hey there, Nancy. Why, what on earth have we got here?
Uh-oh.
I can't let Emily catch me.
Well, where am I supposed to go, Nancy? We're going sewers, aren't we? Oh, I hope it's water. Nancy, we're not doing what I think we're doing, are we?
There's plenty of gold here. We can share. Let me out of here, Nancy.
I need to get out of here.
Do I take the
I
wheel?
need to get out of here.
Okay, I guess I don't take the wheel.
Nancy, wait. Let's talk about this. This can just be our little secret. You scratch my back, I scratch yours, remember?
We're not gonna, like, drown her, right?
Nancy?
The gold's all yours, Em. Enjoy it while you can. Dear Ned, as soon as I got out of the tunnels, Emily had left a door open. I called the sheriff. But when I led him back down the well to the room where I'd left Emily, she refused to leave. He and his deputies finally got her out, but one of them said afterward that if he had to choose between getting a bear away from her cub and getting Emily away from that gold, he'd pick the bear. What's worse, by the time they took Emily away, the place was swarming with reporters from all over the country. The commotion has scared away every bird for miles. I'm pretty sure Red Knot would like to strangle me. On the other hand, when Ranger Akers found out that 7 cars and 2 helicopters were illegally parked on park property and that he was going to get to ticket them, he was ecstatic. Tucker Dave has finally cleared away that dead tree, which means I'm free to drive home. Moon Lake is beautiful, but I've had enough wildlife for now. Which reminds me, did I mention that those 4 ghost dogs are actually very sweet? They're so sweet, in fact, that Sally is seriously thinking about adopting them. How's that for irony? Ever yours, Nancy. Bess, hi, it's Nancy. I'm at this little amusement park on the coast. I wish I could say I was having a wonderful time, but the fact is, some pretty spooky things have been happening here. There have been some strange accidents, and the carousel, it starts up in the dead of night all by itself, like it's haunted or something. You know me, I don't get scared very easily, but I saw it myself, and I'll call you later. I've gotta go right now.
So what was the pen for? I'm gonna be the one who wonders where the pen was. Oh, that was pretty good though. Another case solved by Detective Rue over here. Those notes were mostly helpful. Next week, Haunted Carousel. So that's exciting. See, do we have someone to raid over to? Thank you. I like that one. I've always enjoyed, I don't know, the nature of it, but I like the idea of a fixer-upper that's a log cabin. Or the speakeasy, I mean. She's gonna have a much bigger repair bill, but I feel like she could very easily, I don't know, figure it out. It's not like buying a house today. Yeah. Bird and dog models. Which were really good. Yeah. Does anyone have anyone they want us to raid to? Like looking at these names. Red Knot's real name is David. He seemed like a David. Some special thanks. A lot of Snowdens. Laura, Karen, and Sarah Snowden. I feel like there's gotta be like siblings that work on these, right? Lauren and Debbie Overman, and Audrey and Michelle Jurgen. Like those names are just not common in my opinion. Ooh, that's a good one. We'll do that one, see? Sounds good. Let's see. As long as they let us rate them. Some people now have it like blocked so you can't rate certain people. Which is fine. I totally get why people do it. But sometimes it sucks. Get tempted, right? Raid's been created, so that's where we'll head over to. And I will see you guys next week for Haunted Carousel. Have a good one. Bye.